I think David Lammy is lying when he says he doesn't know about the hunger strikes. I have written to him, it has been raised in the Commons, there's also an early day motion, so he is lying. He knows about the hunger strikers, he just doesn't want to listen to them and address their demands.
If this continues, what can the rest of us do?
I think it's important that all of us raise awareness about the 8 hunger strikers that are putting their lives on the line to raise awareness not just about the conditions that they are suffering in prison, but the fact that they have been denied bail. They want to have the right to a fair trial, as we expect with our legal system, but also the fact that this government continues to sell weapons to Israel, which is a state on trial for genocide at the ICJ, and we know that despite this Labour government saying it has suspended arms sales, it still is selling over 300 arms sales to Israel, and that is something that has to be stopped because we are complicit in enabling genocide.
What was it like for you today?
It was really powerful to hear from Gesser, who is obviously weakened by the hunger strike. She's on her 37th day of hunger strike, but she is an incredibly strong person who has a lot of resilience, and it is important that all of us speak up about the conditions that she is suffering, the lack of medical treatment, the way that she has been treated in prison and in hospital, but more importantly the fact that Palestine Action are a proscribed organisation, and the way that that has happened through the parliamentary system is incredibly problematic, lumped in with 2 neo-Nazi fascist groups, and the fact that we need to have a conversation about the authoritarianism of this government that is handpicking judges for the Palestine Action judicial review, and is conflating our right to protest with terrorism. It's incredibly dangerous, and this is happening under a Labour government whose leadership includes a former human rights barrister.
Can you tell us anything more about the way in which today just went?
Gesser mentioned that she hasn't had electrolytes today, and that is incredibly concerning. She is obviously frail and weakened by the hunger strike, and that means she needs to have medical treatment, and thus far, what I've heard from her, she has not received the kind of medical treatment and the access to a doctor that we would expect anyone to have when they are going through a hunger strike. This is the largest coordinated hunger strike since the 1980s with the IRA prisoners, and unfortunately the lack of coverage for the hunger strikers for Palestine is deeply shocking, and I think that speaks to the complicity of a media landscape that does not hold power to account.
Do you think it's some sort of an official thing that means that the mainstream media doesn't cover this?
They'll use a number of reasons why they are not covering it, including the guise of national security, which I think is absolutely not the case. This is about the right to bail, the fact that hunger strikers are on remand for up to 2 years without being able to go on bail. It's about having a fair trial. It's about the fact that they have been labelled as terrorists, and the conditions that they are experiencing is because of that. These are important issues with our legal system, and that's what needs to be highlighted, and the ongoing complicity of this government with genocide.
Do you have any idea when this is going to get to court?
I do not know when this will go to court. I think what is important is the fact that Gesser and the other hunger strikers are now 37 days in on this hunger strike, and we have politicians serving the highest offices in the land pretending that they don't know what's going on, and that's what needs to be highlighted, and David Lammy needs to meet the hunger strikers and listen to their demands.